Hello, this is another PurePC gaming video featuring 9-5 and me, Slayster. Anyways, today we're going to be covering 3v3 ranked bans and first picks. If you missed our 5v5 bans and first picks video, I'll include a link in the description for those.
Alright, first we're going to talk about Mundo. He's a very annoying champion, 3v3. He can just keep throwing his cleaver at you, and his cooldown ends the same time the slow ends, so you can be perma-slowed. It also does a percentage of your health, so usually does a lot of damage. And he can kill jungle monsters fast because his cleaver does a percentage of HP. And one of his skills is it's like a free sunfire kick, except that it drains his HP. And his E is a attack damage boost. It helps with hitting turrets and taking them down faster. And the best thing about him, or the most annoying thing about him, is his ult. Later in the game, he can just ult and heal the full HP unless you use a healing reduction thing on him, like Ignite.
Alright, the next champion that is commonly banned or first picked is Singed. Singed, with the new ult he has, is practically unkillable late game. His fling can basically remove someone on your team from a fight, basically flinging you into his entire team, and you just watch them just get murdered. With Aryla's Crystal Scepter, his poison is one of the most annoying things in the game because you cannot chase him. He throws on his poison, if you get in the poison, you're slowed, and if you keep chasing him, you'll end up killing yourself. Yeah, and like I said, with the new ult, he has CC reduction and gains magic resist, so against magic teams, he's going to end up doing, against magic teams, he's going to end up resisting a lot of their damage and being able to escape.
Alright, next we're going to talk about Tryndamere. I really hate Tryndamere almost as much as I hate Mundo, because he's really hard to kill because of his endless rage. He'll just laugh at you and just spin away from the fight with 1 HP. Also, he has a heal. It's not that bad in a team fight, except when he spins away at 1 HP and you shoot something at him, but he heals and lives. And he can do really high damage with build. He can easily turn the game around because he's really strong later in the game.
Oh, and by the way you make Tryndamere's ult do a lot is you stack Rabbit on Death Caps.
Yes, definitely. It increases the duration by 5,000.
Yeah. Anyways, next another common one is Nunu. His Blood Boil is a constant buff on your team, allowing you to push towers or really just kill their team really easily. He has a low cooldown slow, and his consume is really easy for jungling, laning, or last hitting. That true damage used against any minions is really just gonna be able to clear minion waves pretty quickly. His ult is one of the highest damage AoE moves in the game. I actually am pretty sure it is the highest AoE damage move in the game. And if you're in a bush and you start ulting, the other people can't see the ult until they step inside the bush. So you can start ulting. People are just really confused why they start running slow. Then they kind of decide to go back. You ult finishes and half their HP is gone.
Alright, next we're going to talk about Rise. He is really strong. He can, since he builds mana for his damage, he usually never runs out of mana. And he can just keep spamming his Q. His Q already does enough if you use it once, but if he uses it 3 times in the fight, it does too much. In my opinion, he's pretty OP because his damage comes from buying tanky items.
Yeah.
And his snare, like I said in the other video, any crowd control is good. His snare is perfect for him. He can just keep you in place and keep throwing his Qs at you. And his ult, it's pretty good. I don't think the spellband is actually noticeable, but the AoE is actually good for clearing minions. I hardly ever see it used that much in a team fight because it's not like his ult where it gave him like 100 AP.
Yeah. Another thing about Rise that actually will really help out your team is, as Riot has said, Rise is a machine gun, and it's always good to have a machine gun on your team.
Yeah.
Alright, another person that is, pretty commonly banned, you might not see it that much, but he's still a pretty common ban, is Sion. In a 3 situation, Sion is a pretty incredible champion. He has a 1.5 second stun. His shield can basically clear out an entire lane of minions once you hit mid game. 1v1 is even easy if you're playing AP because his ult still gives you the attack speed and lifesteal. And if they're doing too much damage to you and you have a lot of AP, you just pop your shield up and they're not doing any damage to you at all. He gets farm really easily, so you don't even have to worry that much about kills because you're going to get a lot of gold off of your farm anyway.
Yep. And next we're going to talk about Garen. Garen, he is really strong early and mid game. His spin, he just hurts you really bad with his spin. And I recommend that you don't check bushes because you might find a wild Garen ready to spin. And when you're in a team fight, and if one of you are low, his ult will finish you off, and you'll be sad. And his shield decreases damage dealt to him by 20% level 1. That's pretty crazy for a level 1 shield. Also, his silence. I remember getting silenced by him when I was getting ready to flash away from him, so it could be annoying. And this silence also boosts his movement speed, which is a good thing for Garen, so he can stay on top of you while spinning.
Yeah. And the last champion that is commonly picked and banned, Renekton. The number one reason that Renekton is picked / banned is, first, he is an interior crocodile alligator, and the second reason will be that he drives a Chevrolet movie theater. But, after that, a huge reason that he's banned is because he's a really good tanky DPS. His Q is an amazing laning tool. Really good AoE damage, heals him, and even gives him rage, which will help out his further abilities. He has a dash that will actually work twice if he goes through any enemy or anything like any minion or champion, not allied though. So he can go through jungle creeps or he can go through enemy champions or minions. Any of those, he will be able to dash twice if he goes through one of them on the first thing. His stun is really good, especially because he can just use his double dash to get to you through minion. He can, in a laning situation, he can dash through the minions once, then dash to you on the second one, and then use his W to get a good stun on you. And the thing about the W is that not only does it stun, it also delivers an extra 2 auto attacks or 3 if he has above 50 rage. And CC is always really good to have anytime you're playing almost any game, because keeping someone, just basically still or making them not able to attack you will always help out your team in almost any situation. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for our 3v3 common bans and first picks. Please check out the first video we have, the PurePC Gaming Patch Talk number 1, for a chance to be entered into our $25 RP giveaway that we are currently doing. The winners will be announced at the beginning of our next PurePC Patch Talk, and good luck entering. You'll get 1 entry if you comment on that video, not this one, on PurePC Patch Talk number 1, and you will get a second entry if you subscribe to our channel. Other than that, there's not going to be extra entries for commenting more than once, and yeah. So, that's going to be it, guys, and I really appreciate you watching.